Awesome day, Zoniacs. Welcome to Living in the Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jim Fannin. I've been coaching the best in the world, the elite, for over a half century. This show is about you, your performance in your life or your kid's life or your team's life. It's all about you, and I'm going to share my experiences, my score system, a peak performance system on how to be the best that you can be. And once you like the show, please share it, make some comments below if you need to, and make sure to subscribe. The show today is about fear. Now, it is Halloween coming up. What scares you? What keeps you up at night? Are you afraid of winning? Why would I be afraid of winning? I remember being afraid of winning as a young tennis player because I knew that once I won, I had to give more and more and more. And the higher I climbed on the ranking list as a junior tennis player, I knew I had to be better and better. And what did I do? I tried harder. And once I started trying, that's when I started losing. I didn't even understand that. I thought trying was the American way. Come on, you can do better. Get up, try harder. It wasn't about that. It was about how I thought. But I was afraid to win. Because when I win, now what do I have to do? I have to be better and better. How about the fear of losing? If I lose this guy's terrible. I've beaten him 10 times, but I'm not feeling my best. My forehand, my putting, whatever it is not at my standard, and only I know that. What if I lose to that guy? What if I lose to him in match play? What if I lose to that guy in practice, and now I'm not even going to make the trip this weekend to play a big school that I've been looking forward to playing? But I've got competition internally on my college team or my high school team. What keeps you up at night? What are you fearful about? And what I've learned about fear, it's all a figment of our awesome imagination. We create fear. It doesn't just happen. It's created mentally, night after night, performance after performance, how you prepare, how you adjust, how you evaluate. All of that's going to contribute to your fear. Now, recently, I have a client, no names will be mentioned. It is in tennis. He believes he's good. He believes it. But does he expect it? And I've been talking about expectancy. You need to expect to win the last point. You need to expect to take serve, not just hold serve. You need to expect to execute the basics, especially in key moments when the money's on the table. But here's the thing about going from belief to expectancy. Once you get expectancy, what happens when you don't realize it? When expectancy looks reality in the eye and expectancy's out the window. The reality is, I choked. I expected to win. I expected it at a high standard, but I didn't. That little seed of that expectancy being so high, and I didn't meet it, that starts giving me a buildup, a residue of F-E-A-R, fear. Fear. What if? What's going to happen? I'm using my imagination. If this happens and then that happens, I could lose my scholarship, or I could be off the tour, or I'll be at the bottom of my sales quota selling cars once a month. I talked to a top salesman in the country and asked him, do you ever get fearful? He looked at me and goes, no. No. Why would I be fearful? I'm one of the best in the country. I said, well, what keeps you up at night? He goes, maybe I am a little fearful. You know, a little bit of fear, just a little bit, just tucked up under your lip, maybe that'll get you preparing a little bit better. So I'm not saying just a little drop of fear may get you to prepare better, prepare to adjust and adapt better, and it's going to get you to evaluate much, much better. But fear, when it's in its totality, and I put it on a loop, what if, shoulda, coulda, woulda, once I'm into that mindset, you can forget belief, expectancy, in a sense of knowing, because you're going to expect fearfulness, and you know that you're fearful. Now you're in a different mindset. You're in the opposite of the zone. You're in a depressed state, which we call the downs. This show today is about what's keeping you from the next level. Stay tuned to the final word, because I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you some very concrete tools that I've given my clients to combat fear, fear of winning, fear of losing, and to go from belief to expectancy to a sense of knowing without missing a beat, without judging yourself, without judging other people. And so now, let's see who is fearful. Let's see who is not. Let's see who's in the zone and who's not in the zone. And for you newbies out there, not yet zoniacs, once you watch a full episode, we're going to crown you a zoniac. The zone is that purposeful, calm feeling that nothing can go wrong. It is a physical, mental fusion of energy. And when you're in it, everything is possible. What a game last night. I didn't see fear at all until the very, very ending of the game, 6 hours and 30-some minutes later. But for the first 12 innings, there was no fear on either side. Both were standing there toe-to-toe, looking each other in the eye, and no one blinked. What was the secret? They were all in the present. As soon as the at-bat was over, it was a next mentality. Next at-bat. Let it go, next. Let it go, next. And that was for every single pitcher. All the way through the 12th, their team got a little anemic. I'm talking about the Blue Jays. 3 of their hitters were out of the lineup. 2 were substituted for, and Springer had an injury. So their lineup was a little anemic hitting-wise, and you had this feeling, this horrible feeling, if you're a Blue Jay, that something was going to happen negative. That was palpable. The Dodgers, on the other hand, had the feeling that, well, we're batting last. We've got a formidable lineup. I don't think they were fearful at all. I think they were licking their chops. And then it came down to the bullpen, and it was pretty amazing. Both bullpens were stretched to the absolute maximum, but I felt there was a fear factor at the very ending. And that's when Freddie Freeman stepped up in a purposeful, calm, very relaxed, locked in the moment, no sign of fear whatsoever. He'd been there before. He had a grand slam walk-off last year, and he hit a walk-off this time. It was historic. There is no fear in L.A. There's a little fear right now in Toronto. We're going to see how both bullpens make it out tonight. I can't wait to watch the game. Hopefully it's not 6.5 hours. But what a fall classic where 2 of the best in the game are being in the zone, going after each other for the world title. Now, who else was in the zone? I did not believe at the beginning of the NFL season that I would be talking about the Indianapolis Colts, maybe the best team in the NFL. You got Jonathan Taylor running rampant, 153 yards, 12.8 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns. Very amazing. How did he do that? Number one, he didn't compare himself to what he's been. He didn't compare himself to what he needed to be. Jonathan Taylor was in the moment, all of his energy in front of him, right behind the blockers, and he was masterful in the present, slowing the game down, eyes double, triple shutter speed, seeing these last-minute cuts once he got into the backfield, once he got past the line of scrimmage. What a performance. Daniel Jones, discarded by the Giants. Get him out of here. He's a bum. Get him out of here, the Giants said. Oh, he's not a bum. He is on target, MVP, 21 out of 29 passes, 272 yards, 115.9 passer rating, 3 touchdowns. The Colts have no fear whatsoever. And we're going to see now that they're in the limelight, now the expectations in Indy have ramped up. Will they be able to handle it if they don't meet their expectation? If they have one bad loss, will that send them packing into mediocrity where they've been for years? Right now, I don't think so. I think they're locked in. I think they are fearless. They are disciplined. They are focused. They're confident. That's definite. And they're calm and cool when the money's on the table. They're calm and cool in the red zone. And I know they're loving what they do. Kudos to the coaching staff. Kudos to the entire city for being that 12th man. Indianapolis Colts, you're in the zone. Who's not in the zone? Well, this is interesting. He's not in the zone, but his wife might be in the zone. Brian Kelly. Now, we've got a domer that resides here in Scoreville, here at Zone Coach. And he was glad when Brian Kelly left the Dome. He's made it clear that he thought he was a little arrogant and all that. But the bottom line is he goes down for a whopping major contract. In fact, he's got $54 million left on his contract. But he was not in the zone, and here's why. Some were predicting they could win it all. LSU's been to the dance, and they've won it all before. Are the faithful down there? Are they saying, comparing this team to the past national champions? Yes, they are. And Brian Kelly choked big time. 5-3 record now. Texas A&M, big game. Understatement. 18-14. LSU's winning at halftime. What happened? 35 points to 7. Texas A&M over LSU. That's coaching. When you come out of that half, I don't believe Brian Kelly had his team disciplined to be world-class decision makers. Did he know what each coach was saying to the players? Brian Kelly wasn't talking to the line. Brian Kelly wasn't talking to the linebackers. Brian Kelly wasn't talking to the special teams. I think there was fear in Baton Rouge. The fear of, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? They didn't come out with energy. That is fearful. When you're afraid, you don't know what to do, and your energy's on you. You're breathing. Come on. You're breathing in a zone state, 6 to 8 breaths a minute. But I believe down in the bayou, that breathing was around 18, 19, 20 breaths. That's not only for every player, but that comes from the top down to the bottom. Stress runs downhill. When your head coach is fearful, he's going to lose his job, and he did. Now, here's why his wife's happy. Now he doesn't have to work, and he's got $56 million. Is he in the zone? He's probably not in the zone. He'll get a mid-major job, or 60-some years old, he can ride off in the sunset and laugh his way all the way to wherever he wants to go with $54 million. So, Mrs. Kelly, you're probably happy. You get to see your husband a lot more, and you get a lot of money to go do whatever you want. And now, are you fearful? Are you afraid of losing? Are you afraid of losing that big deal? Are you afraid of losing your promotion? Your next tennis match? Are you fearful? Let's go to the Zone Cafe. We'll find out the missing link that's going to help you erase fear and put yourself in a zone state. So let's go. You're driving on the road of life in your car unique to you, and you're pulling up to the Zone Cafe. We're cooking up 5 different things, and you can only choose one, your weakest link. And this weak link, once you identify it, it's going to improve it 9 out of 10 times. So as you pull up right now, I'm cooking a big slab of self-discipline, the willingness, the commitment to stay with a task, to reach well-defined measurable goals that take you to a vision. How is your self-discipline? Is it on point? Are you prepared? Are you prepared to adjust and adapt? That's someone that has a high level of self-discipline. But if you need that, take it right now. You don't need to go to the rest of what I'm cooking. Take it. That's all you need. But maybe you have a plan. Maybe you do. But maybe your concentration. Maybe you're thinking way too much. You're looking left, you're looking right. Maybe you're not focused in the present on what you need to do. And maybe what you're focusing on is not well defined. And maybe you're being interrupted by other things in your life. Other arenas are interfering. Other arenas are interfering in what you're doing. So if you need concentration, I got a big bag of it. As soon as you put that in your car, you're going to narrow your focus and off you go. But maybe you are fearful. And maybe your fear of losing, maybe your fear of winning, because now you got to keep matching it over and over again. You might need a giant bowl of optimism. It's more than belief. It's expectancy. And it's a sense of knowing that the task you put in front of yourself to do, they will be executed. The goals will be reached. And I am and I will achieve my vision. How's your optimism? Because if you need more trust, belief, and expectancy, take it right now. That's going to lift your head. That's going to help you combat fear no matter where it starts to interfere in your life. Maybe that fear is taken over way too much. Now your relaxation's low, your breathing's elevated to 20. We needed around 6 to 8 breaths a minute. But once you have 20 breaths, you're now worrisome. That'll help fear escalate. Now you're anxious. Now you're starting to panic a little bit. And when fear takes over, relaxation plummets. And now you're not in the zone, and with fear so entrenched in every one of your thoughts, especially when you go to bed at night, well, that's when everybody's going to be in trouble. How's your relaxation level? I got a cool drink of relaxation symbolizing that calm feeling where I feel nothing can go wrong. But maybe you have everything, but maybe you need enjoyment. And a fearful man, a fearful woman is not enjoying what they do, because fear is not pleasurable. Fear is the opposite. Fear gets you to approach everything with dread. I don't want to get up tomorrow. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And when fear takes over, enjoyment is ripped out of you. I bet if you have fear in your life, you're not listening to the radio, a little pep in your step on the way to work. And when you come back from work, you're definitely not listening to something that's upbeat. I've seen it on the train from Chicago going downtown. In a meeting, hopping on the train, easy peasy, no traffic. Going down, everybody's reading the paper, everybody's fired up, drinking coffee. Look at everybody on the way back. They look like they've been beaten with that mental switch, man, just pounding them. I see people with fear on their face, dread on their face, people that really had a hard time. Is that you? Which one do you need? Do you need self-discipline? Do you need concentration? Do you need optimism? Do you need relaxation? Or do you need enjoyment? This is our weekly score check. Get your score level balanced, and I guarantee fear will evaporate and go away. Remember, fear is totally perception, and it is an illusion created by your own amazing imagination. And now let's go to the final word. The final word. This show today was about fear. Are you afraid? Are you afraid to give your best? Are you afraid to be more demonstrative? Are you afraid to be more outgoing? Because that's maybe is what the situation needs. Are you afraid to be bold? Because being bold is so important of climbing that mountain to the next level. And I know everybody on this call, everybody on this podcast, everybody watching, you've got your own Mount Everest that you're looking to climb. Are you fearful? If I reach that apex, something else is going to have to be even better? Or what if I don't? Who in my life is going to look around and say, I can't believe he didn't do that. Did you see how he choked? Are you afraid of what other people think? Here's what the final word is. Stop comparing. Stop it. Stop comparing to what you could be. Stop comparing to what you've been. And stop comparing you to everybody else in your company, everybody else in your locker room, or all the competitors that are stacked up against you. Stop comparing. What do I want you to do? I want you to narrow your focus. I want you to look adversity in the eye and don't blink. Don't think. And when you go to sleep at night, I want you to go to bed with that vision. It puts a smile on your face. A man that's fearful won't smile. And if he does, you know it's fake. You can see it, you can read it, you can feel it because it's permeating the air everywhere. Go to sleep seeing only what you want as opposed to what you don't want. Go to bed with zero fear, only hope, expectation, a sense of knowing. And wake up exactly the same. I want you to frame your day if you have little remnants of fear. And when those remnants pop up, and they do, when do they do it? When you're under stress, during moments of truth, the next move you make or don't make is going to dictate the outcome in a business presentation, a business meeting, or anything in sports. Look adversity in the eye. Don't blink. Go to bed positive. Wake up positive. And when you have a little fearful doubt, take down that safety net. Get rid of it. That's all that is. That's just a safety net. Get up on the high wire where the elite walk. It's a thin wire to walk from A to B. But if you've already done this in your mind, you've already seen you at the very end, you'll be able to walk that wire with confidence, even though you've taken down that safety net. Fear. It's Halloween season. It's a fearful, frightful season. Just don't let the fear back up on any of your performances. I'm Jim Fannin. I'm the host of Living in the Zone. If you like the show, make sure you subscribe. And if you got some comments on it, come on. I'd like to interact with you. I love the subject. Fear is one of them because my clients have battled fear for over 50 years. And right now, I want you to battle it and get rid of it in your life. My battle cry, be in the zone. It's the only place to be. Next.